The stock of the day is brought to you by IG, Australia's #1 CFD provider. Trade over 17,000 markets with extended trading hours on key US shares and competitive spreads, all on an award-winning platform. Get started at IG.com.
Let's now get to our stock of the day, and it has been making news over the last few days. It is BlueScope, and in fact, it's rejected the $13 billion takeover bid from Kerry Stokes' SGH and US firm Steel Dynamics. BlueScope chair Jane McAloon telling the local exchange that the bid drastically undervalued the company and its assets. She said it was an attempt to take BlueScope from shareholders on the cheap. That's the fourth time, in fact, the steelmaker has rejected a takeover offer. And David, let's start with you. Interesting, I was just looking at Morningstar, in fact. It's saying that it sees BlueScope shares as overvalued and said if the offer doesn't go ahead, which is, as it's transpired, it's looking at $19.80 as fair value for BlueScope. We're currently just under 30. How do you see it?
Look, I tend to go along with Morningstar. By my numbers, I mean, they said their return to capital is 18%, but I'm looking historically here. Since 2021, their return on capital has been decreasing. They had a decline in earnings per share growth quite severely, 45% in June. So it's on a P of price to earnings multiple 31 times. I don't get it, why they think it's significantly undervalued. Obviously, they're saying there's going to be cost cutting and cut back on capex and growth in EBITDA. However, at this price level, it's $24 before the bid. I'd be selling. I'd be taking my money and run and say, thank you very much, Mr. Market. I'd take the money. No doubt in my mind, this is a great selling opportunity. I don't agree that it's significantly undervalued, as the board just said. So, if I was a shareholder, unfortunately I'm not. I did look at this, by the way, this share price has doubled since September 22. So in 3 years, it's doubled. Profits have not doubled, so it's irrational to me that, why would you be paying, I don't know. I don't know what they see, but personally, I'm just looking at the numbers here, this would be a sell for me.
Yeah, okay, particularly with no likelihood perhaps that they're going to come back with another offer there, given they've already made a number of rejections.
No, I'd just sell. I'd take it.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be my view.
Howard?
Yeah, same thing. Totally agree with everything David said. They were in 2022, they're making $5.61 a share. They're now making 87 cents a share. Their sales have gone down. Their profits have gone down more. It's a capital-intensive business. They've got an offer that's a record share price in 10 years. I'd see further back than 10 years, maybe a record for longer than that, at $30. But every board feels that they have to say to any offer they get that it significantly undervalues the company, because if they don't get an opportunity for the offer to be increased. And directors can get themselves in a lot of trouble if they don't appear to be getting the highest possible price. So,
you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, really.
Well, absolutely.
Because obviously, if you say yes to the first, then our shareholders go, hang on.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've sold it straight off.
Absolutely.
Whereas perhaps shareholders, to David's point, and is what you're saying too, are saying, well, this is a very good offer.
Absolutely. I think if you polled most of the shareholders a week before they got the offer and said, if somebody tomorrow on the stock market, on market trade, offered you $30 for your shares, would you take it? I think most of them would have said, thank you very much, and taken the money. So, as David pointed out, their return on capital is nowhere near what they claim their return on capital is. Perhaps they don't count in their return on capital all the capital intensity of every now and then having to refurbish their steelworks. I don't know. Anyway, looking at it, it's a sell.
Well, that is a resounding sell then for our stock of the day. BlueScope, take the money and run would be the advice of both.
The stock of the day was brought to you by IG. Trade over 12,000 shares and ETFs, including major tech giants with extended hours on an award-winning platform. Get started at IG.com.